Hello children, now this is the third video of the chapter The Master Artist. In this part, we will read the remaining portion of the lesson and then I will explain you their meanings along with the word meaning. So first you see the tough words along with the word meaning. A twitch, a sudden movement that showed his anger. Sigh, a deep audible breath. Withdraw, to remove. Contorted, twisted. Enraged, very angry or furious. Absurd, ridiculous. Florin, Italian gold coin. Fussed and fixed. Thought and thought again before deciding. Cubism, a type of modern art. Now children, let us start the lesson. Sighing deeply, the patron withdrew again. Just how long would this take? Another 3-4 months passed and finally half a year went by. Signor Bartoli, the patron, marched in demanding to see his portrait. You must be finished by now, and today I will see it, he shouted, shaking with frustration. Stepping from behind the cloth, as though surprised by such anger, Monsignor L'Abbe said calmly, "That's fine. You needed only to request it," and he pulled aside the 20-feet curtain. Giuliano Bartoli stood for a minute and then his mouth fell open. His eyes turned red and he grabbed what few hairs he had left on his head. He did a little hop and then a twitch, and his eyebrows contorted as though bewitched. Giuliano Bartoli obviously did not like his portrait, not a bit. Giuliano Bartoli was enraged. Now, another 3-4 months passed and finally half a year went by. So, after 6 months, Bartoli started marching in demanding to see his portrait. That is, he marched like a soldier. He was very angry. He was looking very strict. All of a sudden, he went to the painter and said, "Now today anyhow you have to finish this because I want to see my portrait." Then, with a calm face, the painter came out of the curtain. And he said, "Oh dear Bartoli, don't be so angry. Only you needed to request me." And then he opened the curtain. As soon as he opened the curtain, Bartoli was shocked. Now see the beautiful words written by the author. Giuliano Bartoli stood for a minute and then his mouth fell open. His eyes turned red and whatever hairs he had in his hairs, he grabbed them. Whatever hairs he had in his head, he grabbed them. He got very angry. He jumped a little and then he said, "Oh, what you have made this." After seeing his face, it was sure that the patron didn't like his portrait at all. How absurd! How disgusting! What does this mean? You will not receive 1 florin. Do you hear? You are not an artist. Maybe a thief or a madman. Get out of my sight. You will leave my house tonight or I will have you thrown out. So what had Monsignor L'Abbe drawn? That was wrong. He couldn't say it. He had fussed and fixed for so long. It was his 20-foot tall masterpiece. He was not sorry that he had drawn to his heart's content. His way. No matter what anybody could say, perhaps his patron couldn't tolerate his cubist expression, but Pablo Picasso would have been proud of him. If truth be told, Monsignor L'Abbe was not crazy, not at all. He had simply been born 500 years too early. Bartoli was enraged. This means Bartoli was very angry. How absurd, how disgusting, how ridiculous, and what stupidity you have drawn on the wall, he said. What does it mean? Now I am not going to give you even a single gold coin. I think so. Either you are a madman or you are a thief. First, you leave my house at once, otherwise I will throw you out. All these were the words of Signor Bartoli because he was very angry to see his portrait, and so he went by. But Monsignor Sinilabe was confused that what wrong he has painted, because according to him he has wished what he had drawn, whatever was his wish. He had already explored all his limitations, or he had given wings to all his imagination. So he was not at all sorry for the painting that he had drawn. He said that definitely if it is not liked by the Bartoli, but definitely Pablo Picasso is going to be proud of on him because it is a modern art called as the Cubism. So the painter had drawn his first modern art. Now dear children, if the truth will be said that, then the Monsignor Labe was not a madman. He was not stupid. He was not crazy. But he was the person who drawn the first modern art. That was too early. That is, he was born 500 years too early. So he gave the first modern art called as the Cubism. Now children, we have completed the reading and the explanation of the first chapter. Now your duty is to write down the word meanings and to learn them. In the next video, we will solve the exercises. Thank you.